JP Morgan just officially set off the warning. We need to talk about this because it will blow up the market and make us all very rich. We can see a sea of green in the market right now, whether we look at it weekly, daily, hourly, monthly, or any other time frame. The last week is making people money right now. We could see gains of 10 to 20% across the board today. We're also making good progress. And as I said, we've seen green everywhere here in the last hour. Bitcoin 116, almost 117K isn't very interesting, but Ethereum 4,300 plus is up over 27% in the last week. Almost 8% in the past day. XRP is down about 1.6%. Early this morning, everyone in the video was talking about how I'm talking about Ethereum right now and how Ethereum is important for XRP. It's like it's taking the place of XRP or something crazy on the channel. Guys, I'm talking about Ethereum and focusing on it because we're in phase 2. In fact, XRP has done very well. XRP has gone up 455% in the past year. For now, though, the main goal is for Ethereum to go up so that it makes more room for old coins like XRP to go up even more. We want Ethereum money to be moved into old coins like XRP. In the movie, I talked about Ethereum. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but we need Ethereum to run as high as possible so that it can support XRP here. It's a lot like how we need Bitcoin to run first to make the whole crypto space liquid so that Ethereum can run and old coins can go next. We are now in step 2, which is why you will hear a lot about Ethereum. But the most important thing to notice here is how optimistic this place is becoming. On the market cap of crypto, we're getting close to that $4 trillion goal. The price is very close to all-time highs if we look at it over the past year. In a technical sense, we are. However, I don't believe this to be very true as coinem. Market cap has been very wrong about many things in the past. Right now, I need to quickly go to TradingView and find the amount. This is how the total looks. We're almost at those all-time highs. It's really close. Even though it already broke all-time highs in July, we're getting very close to that $4 trillion mark. However, the big rise is easy to see here. Right now, we're aiming for a much bigger level on this chart. As soon as we get past this all-time high point, I think we should quickly draw this on the plan since it's the next stop. As soon as we get past this all-time high of 3.944 trillion, I believe that 5 to 7 trillion will be the next big thing for crypto, though it might not happen right away. The $5 trillion mark for the total market cap of crypto is what I want to see next, but it might take a while. But the market looks very good overall. The number of Ethereum trades has been going up. I also talked about this earlier today. And the fact that it's almost like Bitcoins tells us that we are in phase 2. However, the most bizarre thing about this is that Bitcoin has lost the 60% level after 182 days of being over 60%. 59.75% is where we are now. This is going to be the most crazy end to the week for Bitcoin control in a long time. Now, all we can do is watch as the next levels on this chart are hit. I do think that 56.81% is the next stop. Guys, the first few episodes of alt season have already aired. Even though I said we were in phase 2, alt season is already showing signs of getting stronger in the middle of phase 2. The next drop in Bitcoin's dominance will be about 5%, which is a change of 2.99% in Bitcoin's dominance. Altcoins and even Ethereum will go up even more because of this. I just said that I think the interest is so low, even though the market is very positive right now. This seems crazy to me. I don't think the shopping crowd is here yet. I know everyone is screaming that it is, but I don't agree. Bitcoin is staying close to 116K. Ethereum has reached its highest point since... I don't think we have either. For example, XRP is currently selling at $3.24, but I'm still seeing a lot of very negative comments about it. I think it's crazy. I don't know why there is so much bad mood around. I mean, XRP has been staying around these levels for a while now, and right now we're in a tight circle where we're just barely making it in. I mostly looked at this on the 3-day if we're really going off that wedge, which is what it looks like. I do believe that we may have one more test of this level around $300.66. It's possible for us to just hang out here for a while, range a bit, break out, and finally get that big break to the upside. But no matter what, if you don't care about the short term, price movement and trading on lower time frames, then guess what? All you need to know is that in the near future, XRP will trade for more than $4. Given that, I don't know what to say. Before the end of August, at the very least, I think XRP prices will be much higher. By the end of August, the market as a whole should be moving much higher. As September approaches, as I already said, this is why I'm still totally focused on altcoins and the total 3 right now. Look at what the total 3 looks like. If you're on the premium side of Discord, you already know this chart because it fits exactly with what we wanted to see on the total 3 level so far. We were wiped out we are now back at the highest number of 1.05 trillion. It's not certain. If there is a sell-off here right before the extension, this level would not be very strong. Guys, this is just a small drop in the market for old coins. There has been a drop of about $5.85 trillion or 5.85% from the amount of $1.5 trillion. Just so you know, the only reason we would drop here is if we started to see a chart that was really going crazy. The might be a nice little sell-off and a pullback, which would cause a pullback everywhere. After that, there would be that much bigger move to the upside. Also, all coins did break through their all-time high not long ago, but we never got a solid close above it. After this next move, the price should close over the all-time high, and old coins should break out all over the place. Also, I'm keeping an eye on XRP dominance right now because extra dominance looks great on the weekly. It looks like we're just barely behind. Before we get that big break, we might range a bit more, but I'm looking at something like 6% or more. We can get to 8% in the end. Then, if XRP were to become very bullish this cycle and recover like it did in 2017 and 2018, we would be looking at about 11 to 14% on XRP. It's not clear how high XRP will go in terms of control. We just take each day as it comes. But I really want us to break through 5.45%, which has been a big obstacle so far this cycle. In fact, that would let us have a much bigger rise on the USD chart itself. As I already said, JP Morgan raised the warning. What are we going on about? Okay. JP Morgan says that the Fed will start lowering rates in September. The bank thinks that rates will drop 4/4 points this year, taking them to a range of 3.25 to 3.5%. Timeline estimates have also been sped up by Trump's pressure and a weak job market. Look at this. Here we are with a Fox News warning as we look at the markets with only a few hours left to trade. There are 223 more points added to the Dow, JP Morgan is now saying that rates will go down 4 more times by the end of the year and 1 more time in September. Okay, so the markets understand all of this. Charles Payne is here to help make sense of this for now. Charles Payne of Making Money. Yes, everyone is trying to make money these days, and it looks like even we did it with our very random poll on our show's Twitter account. Why do you worry the most right now? Is it the price? Think this is going to happen? Are you sure we'll see a lot of cuts by the end of Of course, when those job numbers and adjustments came down on a Friday morning at 8:30, they changed everything. At that point, everyone thought there was a 40-30% chance of a rate cut in September. That's something that almost everyone sees. When you say 4, it means that the rate will be cut by at least 150 basis points. That makes things seem more important right away. That really tells you. Anyway, if the Fed has to do that, it will be very bad for Jay Powell because from his point of view, anytime they have to do more than 25 basis points, it means they're behind, right? In a way, it made it clear that Jay Powell was indeed late again. Also, to answer your question, why do so many people care? This is why I'm so mad at the Federal Reserve. They always see us as a whole country, not just as small companies. We have to refinance this year with these higher rates. A lot of people can't do it. They can't pay their employees, which hurts both small companies and individuals. We just got default rates from the New York Fed a few days ago. They are all going up. This is something that Main Street America needs. Now, there is more proof in the job market, which is one of the Federal Reserve's main jobs. When we think about this, JP Morgan is sounding the warning that rates will be cut a lot this year, beginning in September. This is how I've been thinking all the way through. I keep telling you that the CME group is the one to watch for any Fed rate cut decisions. There is an 88.9% chance that rates will go down in September, a 96% chance in October, and a 99.3% chance in December. 3 rate cuts will happen right after each other. I think September, October, and December are good months. The market is going to blow up all over the place because of this. There will be a crazy rise here because of the Fed. JP Morgan has just raised the red flag. We don't usually pay attention to what JP Morgan says, but we need to pay attention to this because it's in front of us. The information is in front of us. We have no reason to believe that this shouldn't happen. I'm sure a lot of people will say, well, the Fed has been stable for a long time. What's 1 more month? I believe that the rate cuts will begin in September, just like they did in 2024. It was in September 2024 that the first rate cut was made. The last 2 were in November and December. I believe we are following the same path here. And the craziest thing is that XRP is now worth $3.20. BTC is still worth $116K. Ethereum is almost $4,300. Also, the price of Ethereum just hit its best daily close in 4 years.